classic. I know people say, "Oh, it'd be bad," but no, it'd be great. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so you need to add projectile protection to the armor because the thing is, if you have 10 arrows per team, you can just like gun down one player and they're dead. So add projectile protection or just reduce the arrow count from 5 to 3. And then also, I don't know if you've ever seen that screenshot. I could probably send it to you later, but
Sure.
Nestraholic, in January 2022, he said, "I'll add Classic 2v2 if you guys really want it or whatever,"
Oh yeah, I've
right?
seen that SS. That's actual bait.
And yep, he never did it. I'm sure it's like, incredibly easy to implement. Oh, also, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but Classic 2v2 actually like, happened one time in a game. It was a Classic 2v1 in public queue. I gotta find
Wow.
the screenshot. Yes, like in late 2023, someone called Weebichu26 was queuing Classic, and she was up against 2 players. No joke. um, and she actually won.
Reminds me of the map glitch. You would queue
Yeah,
soon when you like
and
get put in
also
a combo map.
yeah, and in the Hypixel Duels Discord, some other kid also on the same day posted a screenshot of it being a 2v1. So on this one specific day, Hypixel just like broke and it was like a classic 2v1. And like all of like half of classic lifetime and some of my friends like got in like the Classical's Discord call and were like talking about like, oh my god, could the admins be like experimenting with code and like it glitched and like they released it early in accident? But no, that never happened.
Copium. Always
Yeah,
copium in this
copium.
community.
And actually, our copium was actually so high that Trollcher and I, well, we made our own classic 2v2. Like, so I have my own server, and we just played classic 2v2 on there sometimes, and we got the exactly Hypixel rods. Like, it took us like hours, but we literally got exactly Hypixel rods. And we just like would play on there sometimes. It's really fun. And also Trollcher just like literally ported the duels lobby in there, and that's where he like. So I don't know if you've ever seen this, but we like make our own man-made like screenshots, right? Like here I'll send you one right now. Like we make like a
Sure.
leaderboard for like legit wins, for example, and then we just make our own leaderboard. I'll send it to you right now. So this is like really outdated, but here's the legit wins leaderboard, right? And that's on Trollcher server.
That's
Also my
actually
server,
funny.
like yeah, we have code where we can edit it and like make our own leaderboard. We have other leaderboards like for highest highest weekly ever, like weekly record. There's daily wins record, monthly wins record. We make our own leaderboards.
Yeah.
But let's get back to Classic TV2.
Yeah.
Uh, like even in when was it? A couple years back, there was a forums post. Yeah, it was when the Classicals Discord was first made, so January 2022, there was a forums post, and we got like a ton of people to say that we want Classic 2v2, but Netraholic just ignored it, and we never got Classic 2v2.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope it's gonna come out in the Duels update. I don't see why not. Uh, I mean, Skywars has it, and Skywars has very similar players to Classic, so why not Classic as well?
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great game. Is there anything else you want to add on of it?
Do you think it'll be alive?
You think Classic 2v2 will be alive?
Yeah.
Well, uh, I think during the day it'll get like a decent amount of players, especially on the weekends. I think it'll be good. At night during the week, nah, it'll probably be dead. Well, the thing is, when it first comes out in the Duels update, it will definitely be alive for a couple months, but then it'll slowly start to die. But I'm still gonna play it. Like, I'd probably go for Classic Duels 2v2 number one. I know
Mm-hmm.
Spectral Tree said he'd go for it, but who's he gonna play with? He doesn't have anyone to play with because Navi and I we're gonna grind it together and we get number one.
Of course.
Spectral Tree would have solo queue because he doesn't have anyone to play with. He'd have Miss Go Crazy, but Miss Go Crazy is like 23 and he has a job. He's a carpenter, so he doesn't have all day to play with Spec.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So it'd be like 2v2 UHC, the
yeah,
player-based
I feel like
ones.
that.
Okay.
And I don't know how fast it'd be. I think it would be slightly slower, obviously, like a little bit slower, but just because it'd be so fun, so the fun factor would outweigh the slower 1 per hour, so I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't care. It'd be really interesting to see S holding a classic 2v2, like,
That would be so
like
stupid.
I know, um, And also in Classic 2v2, you could probably beat B-hoppers. Like, if there's only one B-hopper on the team, you just bow them down. Well, assuming you know they're B-hopping beforehand. But let's just say they look sus, so you just bow them at the start, and then you just go to the corner and just use all your arrows on the one guy, and then they die. Um,
Hmm.
but again, I still want the projectile protection a little bit, combat that.
Of course.
But
Do you want anything else in
yeah,
2v2 Classic, items wise?
um, I don't think Gapple should be added because Classic 2v2 will already be slower than normal Classic. So no Gapples, obviously no Flint and Steel, no
Of
thanks.
course.
It just should be the same thing as Classic, but projectile protection or less arrows. I think it'd be really fun. I really think so.
And what
Uh,
about like regular 1v1 Classic? Do you think there should be projectile protection?
no, no. Regular
So
Classic
only in
is perfect.
2v2.
Yes, only in 2v2. A little
Okay.
bit of projectile protection. Yes.
And same
That's
amount of
about it.
arrows, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So what do you think about the newest update? The Bedwars slash Spleef update?
uh, so yeah, I was predicting this a long time ago, honestly. I mean, it's pretty obvious they would add Bedwars duels and then Spleef. It's pretty common uh answer for new duels modes. It's obviously not gonna be the only thing in the new update. There's gonna be a lot of stuff. So, I Trollcher and I made that forums post. We worked on that for like over half a year, like just like
Wow.
slowly adding stuff to it. And I interviewed like everyone in the community. Like basically I at least try to get like one known person from every single mode.
Yeah,
Like for
like
example, for
represent the
Sumo.
entire mode. Yeah.
Yeah, like for Sumo I asked you and I didn't really
Hmm.
get anything out of that. But because for Sumo there's nothing.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
just thinking about all the modes. Okay. I just like asked like a member from each mode. Like for UHC, I think I asked like I don't know. I don't know who I'm asked for that actually. But for Skywars, I asked Monk, I asked Lucas Devo, Mega Walls, I asked, Varcel, I think, and Fossilize. I just asked everyone and just try to see like how we can improve each mode. And then we of course like brainstormed really hard for like new cosmetics for the update. Um, yeah, I think the update's gonna be great.
Oh,
And
really?
then we finally like we literally worked on that points post for so long, and we finally posted it, and yep, a lot of people really liked it, so it was awesome. It's actually like the second most upvoted duels points post ever. It's behind the Flint and Steel removal one.
Oh my god, I remember that era. Everyone spammed it nonstop on the forums.
Yeah. I mean, I got multiple discords to ping about it. Like I got pretty sure Wounded Discord pinged, obviously Raw Discord, Classic Duels Discord. I pinged in the Havixel Duels Discord, which is really dead. Uh, every Discord we could, probably Solar. I don't know.
Hmm.
Uh, it's like really cool just to see like the entire community actually like,
Back something
agree
up.
about something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not really common in the duels community.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
what else
Really
about it? We
interesting.
wanted to talk about the update.
Oh yeah, the first ever thread on Jules was about Bedwars Jules. Look at this. From 2018. The first
Oh,
ever
wait, let me
thread.
look at this. Oh, wow. Well, it took them, what, like 7 years, right?
Yep, only 7.
That's crazy. Uh, yeah, I don't know how Bedwars Duels is gonna be exactly. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be like bed fight on Mining Club or it's just gonna be like, you know, just Bedwars Islands, just like regular Bedwars. I think bed fight would be better. Like, you just have your own bed and you just have blocks and tools prepared already. I think it'll be
Yeah.
a pretty slow mode. It would be like, I don't know, like 40 with 31 per hour. I don't know, maybe like double hardcore, something like that. And then I feel like it's gonna get a lot of players because all the Bedwars players are obviously gonna go to Bedwars Duels. And then they can also add a Bedwars Duels NPC in the Bedwars lobby, which will skyrocket the player count, probably
Hmm.
to the hundreds, especially when it comes out. I could see it even being like 500 players for like a good month or so when it comes out. And in Spleef Duels, I think that game would be really fun because again, there'll be no cheaters in there, which is great. Can't cheat, and it's just like friendly to all players, to noobs and sweats.
Pretty much
Uh,
like Burst Belief.
Yeah, I like bow spleef. I think the 1 per hour will also be quite fast. Um, I just think it's a pretty good mode. Yep.
Do you want
Um,
anything from your thread to be added in a future update?
well, the main thing is classic 2v2, but I mean, I
What about
mean
like the
everything
rainbow
from the
ranks, the
yeah,
rainbow
rainbow
colors and
ranks. I mean
stuff?
everything from the thread I want basically.
Anything that you really want apart from 2v2 classic?
Okay, the gradient titles.
Of
There
course.
should definitely be gradient titles. That's the main thing. For the requirement, I think we put like 100k duels wins or something. I think it ought to be cool if you get all the colors in duels, you could do a rainbow thing. Like you have a rainbow title if you get all the colors. Because right now in duels, there's only 10 people with all the colors. So, but again, they're gonna add colors in the next update for sure. They're gonna add darker green, and then they're for sure, and then they're gonna add gray and dark gray probably. Which I mean, obviously they're not good colors, but they might as well just add them.
You sound pretty optimistic about Hypixel Duels and the future of it, update
Yes,
wise.
yes, I really think the update's gonna be good. Um, any more questions about the duels update?
I think we can move on, unless you want to say
Well,
something quickly.
I can say something real quick. I have not really talked about this anywhere, so if you're listening to this interview, then or podcast, then well, good on you. So you know the Motor Gorilla guy, right?
hmm
The one who posted the thread about making the duels update.
Yeah, yeah.
So he messaged me on Discord. I haven't really told him on this, but I mean I'll just say it now. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, he messaged me on Discord and we talked about the duels update a little bit. Um, not gonna like disclose anything really, but
Of course.
we just talked about some stuff. So
Okay.
that's why I'm so optimistic about the duels update.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's definitely gonna be a good update. Just letting you know. And
Yeah,
it's gonna
cool.
come out in I don't know 3 months, is my guess. 3 4 months.
I'll be unbanned when that happens. Cool.
Wait, when do you get unbanned?
In like 3 months, 11th of
Oh,
May. Yeah.
I mean this isn't an interview for you, but are you gonna so you're gonna play a little bit? You said right,
I don't know. I don't feel like
depending
getting
on how
force
good the
banned
update
again.
is.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
All right. Next question. Let's see.
Okay, so your YouTube channel is a little funny, especially the thumbnails.
Okay.
So you have
Okay.
like,
So
yeah, you have like these semi-professional thumbnails, and then you just have these like random shit posts. You want to explain
yeah,
the logic, if there
explain.
is any?
So my early thumbnails were inspired by Sammy Green. Actually, I watched this video by Sammy Green on how to make thumbnails by using Paint.net, I believe. And yeah, some of my thumbnails are really not good. Well, the others are really good because I have people make them for me. Like, so for example, the here Jack Lantern versus Aiden Airplane from 3 months ago. Trollager made that. Um, he made that one, and then the Undodged Classic Winstreak one for a couple months ago. This guy called Mo2Min made it, and that guy actually makes Gamer Boy 80s thumbnails. And I know him because I used to be in Rebel, and I met him in Rebel, and he just did it for free. I don't know. He's a really nice guy, so he's made it for free. So yeah, that's why some of them are made by other people and some are made by me. I've made a couple of them that are decent, but for the most part, the actual good ones are made by people that know what they're doing. And then the meme thumbnails, like here, I'll send you one. The Mario Kart Double Dash one. Uh, yeah, I just think it's funny. It catches your attention. Um,
Reminds me of like those
and,
OG Hunger Game thumbnails.
yeah, and then my like really old thumbnails are inspired by like Luke Cape or not Luke Cape. What am I saying? Luke Cape. Why did I say Luke Cape? Sammy Green. I used to watch Luke Cape. I really like Luke Cape,
hmm
but we know who they even is. But yeah, 100 stars. That one I sent you right there. Inspired by Sammy Green. I can actually
Yeah.
send you Sammy Green thumbnail tutorial. Let's see how long ago I watched this. Let's see. Uh, yeah, he made this 4 years ago. How I made my thumbnails, and let me send it to you. Yep, that's exactly just like that. I
Yeah,
copied his
all of
video.
these. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're inspired by him. And
So,
also, fun fact, another thing about Sammy Green is that I actually have him friended on Hypixel. This was like, I don't even know, like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. Randomly, I was in a lobby with like friends, like we were doing like private games, and we saw Sammy Green in the lobby, and we all said hi, Sammy Green at the same time, or we said something all at the same time, and he thought that was really funny. And we just and we also used like the cowboy gadget thing, and we were like all piled up on top of each other and like said hi, Sammy Green at the same time. And he thought that was really funny, and he friended me, just me.
What?
And then
Why?
he because I think because he thought I was the one who started it. I don't know, because I was. And then on Twitter, on his alt account, he said today was like the best experience I've ever had in a Bedwars lobby. He said that on Twitter.
Wow.
Because he usually gets like, harassed by nons, but this time we
Yeah.
were like being nice to him. So that's why I have him friended. I've had him friended for I can actually see. Let's see. Oh, actually, recently Sammy Green's been playing Bedwars. He quit for a long time. Yeah, here we go. I've been friends with him for a year and 11 months. So that's how long ago that happened.
Wow. What a wholesome story.
Yep, I really like Sammy Green. He's really down to earth guy. One of my favorite
Yeah.
Bedwars YouTubers, like Gambo80 and Sammy Green are my favorites,
Hmm.
and Blue Cape if you know who that is, but he stopped uploading a long time ago. Um,
Let's quickly
anything
speed
else?
run like how you got into Minecraft. Who did you like watch?
Okay,
Be
so
interested in MC? Yeah.
here's my story. So I was like really little, and I remember I watched my sister was playing Minecraft on her PC. My sister's a lot older than me. She was playing Minecraft on her PC, and I just thought that was really cool, right?
Hmm.
So I like we had like a family laptop, and I asked my mom to search Minecraft into the YouTube search bar, and the first video I ever watched was a Sky Does Minecraft video. Is what I remember. Sky Does Minecraft video, and I can actually send it to you. I remember it very well. Minecraft, Sky Does Minecraft. I'm looking it up right now. It was like this like lava survival video. Yeah, here we go. From 12 years ago. Look at this. My
Wow.
Lava Island Survival. That's how I got that. That's like one of the first videos I watched. I watched Sky Does Minecraft. I obviously watched, Dan TDM, Popular MMOs. Popular MMOs was actually probably my favorite. And then Stampy Longnose. It's all, the
Yeah,
stereotypical
all the
ones.
OGs.
Yeah, and I used to play Minecraft on my sister's iPod, actually. The first time I played Minecraft was on my sister's iPod. I was really little. It was like when it had like the oof sound effect, obviously. It had like the nether reactor, all that jazz.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's even a hunger bar back then. So I played on my
Nope.
sister's iPod, and then I upgraded to my sister's iPad. And I played on there for a while up until 2016 when I got Minecraft on the Wii U. Wii U Minecraft is not common. A lot of people actually don't even know that exists. But I was a Nintendo fanboy. I didn't really play on the Xbox or PlayStation. I always played on the Wii. But I got the Wii U, and Minecraft released on it in like I don't know, April 2016, I believe, and I got it in June 2016. I started playing Minecraft Wii U, and I really liked Minecraft Wii U. I played that like a lot for 2 years straight, from 2016 to 2018. I love Minecraft Wii U, and like my main thing I really liked on there was this thing called Battle Minigame. It was basically like Hunger Games, right?
Hmm.
I played that a lot. I actually have like 2,000 hours on Minecraft Wii U. I
Wow.
really liked it.
That's
Um,
impressive.
yeah, I really liked it. I just did a lot of survival worlds and stuff with friends, and like from friends at school, we played
Yeah.
Minecraft, and then Battle Mini game. There's also Tumble on there, which is Spleef, and there was also a
Mm.
Elytra game. I loved it. Okay, so from
Yeah.
2016 to 2018, played Minecraft in there. Okay, and then from 2018 to 2019 era, I kind of quit Minecraft. I really didn't play it much. I didn't really watch YouTube. I feel like that's with everyone. Everyone just kind of took a break from Minecraft then. But then 2020, I started watching Technoblade a little bit. His videos started getting my recommended, and also Gameboy80. Oh yeah, let me go back a little bit. So 2019 Christmas, I got my laptop, and then the same day I got Minecraft, right? But the thing is, my I wanted to buy Minecraft on Christmas 2019, but the servers were down or something because I guess too many people were trying to buy it at once, and I was like really sad. But then my sister heard that was happening, and she was like, "You can just have my Minecraft account." And her Minecraft account is from 2012. Our cousin bought her Minecraft account in 2012. So, but then my sister gave it to me. So I have a Minecraft account from 2012, so 13 years old. Uh, so it's a really OG Minecraft
Yeah.
account. And if you look at my Hypixel login, I'll show you right now. It's gonna say right here 2013 login in Hypixel, and that wasn't me. That was my sister. I logged in on uh, it was like December 28th or something. I don't know, very late December 2019.
Hmm.
So yeah, I got that OG login. And then starting then, I just started playing Minecraft quite a bit. I started playing Bedwars because like, Gamble 80 inspired me. Uh, and then obviously Technoblade inspired me. Minecraft Monday, all that. I started playing Hypixel more, and yeah, that's basically how I got into Minecraft.
Yeah. Pretty normal tale.
Yep.
Getting like upgrades from the family.
Yeah, upgrades from the family and also upgrades on Minecraft versions. Oh, I skipped one little thing. So I actually did play some Bedrock on the Nintendo Switch, but I really don't like Bedrock. I'm a Bedrock hater. Bedrock is just disgusting. OG console edition's way better than Bedrock. It's just I hate the marketplace. I hate how the game it just feels like trash. It feels clunky. Oh my god, it's not good.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really wanted to play Minecraft Java Edition for the longest time. I really wanted to play like Hypixel. I remember watching Dan T and play Hypixel. I always wanted to play Mineplex. I wanted to play like mods and use command blocks, but I can never do that. So I finally got Minecraft on Java, and I actually never really did mods. I just kind of went straight to Hypixel, and I mostly just done that.
I feel like that's such a common story. You see all these like mod reviews, and you're like, "Oh, I want to do that." Then you get Minecraft, and nope, you just like stick to Bed Wars.
Yeah. So I stuck with Bedwars, and then on February 14th, 2020, I queued my first Classicals game, which was 2 years, which was 2 days ago, was a fifth year anniversary. And I know this because I have looked into my logs. You can look into your chat logs. So I went on my old laptop and looked in the logs, and I found like when I got all my titles and stuff. So yeah, I've been playing Classicals for 5 years. Obviously, I didn't really play much in 2020 or 2021. I didn't play that much. I got Godlike in 2021, but 2022 is when I actually started playing. But that's getting ahead of myself. So yeah, that's my story
Hmm.
of how I started playing Minecraft, I guess.
Do you play anything outside of Minecraft, real quick?
So I played Terraria on and off. I first played it on the Switch with my friends. I have like 500 hours in Terraria. And other games. The main game I used to play a lot. So you know how I talked about the 2018, 2019 era, how I didn't really play Minecraft? Yeah, I
Yeah.
played Smash Bros.
Ah.
I played a lot of Smash Bros. So I first started out on Brawl on the Wii, and then I played Smash 4 a lot. Smash 4 is a game I played a ton, and then I played Ultimate a ton as well. I probably have like, I don't know, well over 1,000 hours in Smash Bros. Across the games. I love Smash Bros. But then once COVID hit, 2020, I started playing Hypixel way more. I actually wanted to go to a Smash Bros tournament, but that's right when COVID hit, which really sucks. So yeah.
Hmm.
And other games, I guess Celeste, I played a little bit. Main games would be like Terraria, Celeste, Smash Bros, Undertale, I guess, some small story games. Mori, uh, that's basically it. And
So
oh,
just
I
single player
also
games, pretty much.
yeah, single like Nintendo games as well. I love Mario games. I've always grown up playing Mario games like,
Yeah, yeah.
Super Mario Galaxy, whatever, all that jazz. Mario Kart.
Hmm.
Never got into shooter. I've never really played shooter games. Never was my cup of tea. I tried playing Marvel Rivals recently, and it's okay. I don't know. It's just not really my thing. It's fun, but I don't know. I never really got into. So you know how like in the 2018 era, that's when everyone played Fortnite. Yep, I never did
Sure.
that. That's when I played Smash Bros. Really, like all my friends at school would play like Fortnite and stuff, and I was like, no, I don't like it. Not my thing.
Do you just
But
don't
yeah.
like the gun gameplay, or is that something specific about like gun games?
I just never got into it because I never had an Xbox. So actually, so I don't know how young I was, but I had like a little TV in my room, right, when I was little. And I remember we actually got an Xbox, like a used Xbox 360, I remember. And I remember playing like the tutorial world on there. but I didn't like it. I don't know why. I just didn't like it, and we gave away the Xbox. I just always preferred Nintendo. I don't
Wow.
know. So yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like you were just born with like the Nintendo games. You were like never
Yep, like
introduced a COD.
it's because my sisters play Nintendo games, so I just kind of did what
Ah,
they did.
it's pretty
That's
much
why.
influenced by the family.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let's quickly go back to YouTube real quick. You obviously still have some of your funny videos left when you were younger. Why do you not private them?
Because it's funny to go back and watch them and see how my voice has changed or just how I've just changed as a person. It's just funny. I don't really care. It's actually kind of funny to see people comment my old videos sometimes. It gives me a laugh. There's no reason to private them.
So
I
you don't
don't
find
think
it
so.
cringy? You just find it funny?
It is cringy, but it's also funny, so it's
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah. That was something. Absolute cinema. Your old
Anything
videos.
on my YouTube channel?
Yeah. Okay. So collabing. How do you feel about it?
Collabing?
Do you prefer being solo, or do you want to collab with more people? Assuming the com was like more alive.
I want to collab with people, but what is there to do in duels? I thought about doing this like series, right? Where I duel someone and so I choose a person, right? And I duel them in every duels game, and whoever wins the most, like, wins. Uh, but I never really did that. I really want to do that. That'd be cool. Um, I remember I collabed a little bit in like Bedwars, but most of my
Hmm.
videos are Bedwars videos because I used to play Bedwars like back in 2021 and 2020. I mostly played Bedwars.
Okay.
Uh, Anything else about the YouTube channel?
Mm, no, I was just interested about the collabing.
Okay.
Since I know you have a lot of connections, quote unquote. You never like do any big projects, I guess.
Um, well, on the topic of big projects, I've always planned on making a classic duels movie or documentary, and I still want to do it really badly, especially when classic 2v2 releases. That'd be like a perfect ending for the movie or documentary. I got inspired by Green Greed, if you know who that is. He actually has like the most bow shots in classic duels, and he only has 50,000 wins. But I'll send you the video real quick if I can find it. He made a
Yeah, I saw
video
it.
called Hypixel Classic Duels, the trailer or something like that. And I just thought the video was really cool. I'll send it to you right now. And
Yeah,
I
I
was
saw about a
like,
documentary before. It was insane.
yeah, there's a Bow Duels documentary, and I was like, I can make a really good Classic Duels one. And I have a little bit of a script. I've been working on a little bit of a script, but I haven't worked on editing at all. Also,
How long
fun
have you
fact of
been?
editing, I
Yeah.
use Filmora, which is kind of weird because people usually use like Premiere Pro or whatever, but I don't know, I just use Filmora. It's fine.
Is it because it's simple?
Yeah. Oh, actually, fun fact. I don't know how long this was, maybe 3 years ago, maybe. Like the new Filmora came out, right?
Hmm.
And I was really dumb, and there's like some YouTube video talking about how you can get like a cracked Filmora, and I like downloaded it or whatever, and it didn't work, so I deleted it. But it actually kind of hacked my YouTube channel. It put up like some kind of you know Tesla video or Bitcoin. I don't remember.
It's one of
And
those.
but then I just like changed everything, and it was fine. I forgot
Oh my
about that
god.
actually.
I wish I
I
saw
remember
that.
like I remember opening YouTube on my phone, and my name was like these like Chinese letters. I was like, "What's going on?" So that was a good experience, and thankfully nothing bad happened. But I think I met her because I had like a guild called Jacko Gang, and I had a Discord server with like my friends, and like basically me six would like post and this channel called Upload and Uploads, like whenever I
Hmm.
upload a video, right? And I checked uploads, and some random upload posted there that I didn't post, and some kid pinged me, and he was like, "Bro, this you?" Question mark. I was like, "Dude, I didn't post that." I think this was probably early 2021, maybe late 2020. So yeah.
Absolute cinema.
Yeah, I was just a dumb kid, but thankfully nothing bad happened. But it was a learning experience. So yeah.
Wow. Just wow. Okay. Is that all?
With YouTube,
Yeah.
I really like streaming. I want to stream more. The only thing about streaming is I get like stream sniped in Classic a lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but I don't know, it's kind of annoying.
Of
But I used to
course.
do like a lot. Like, okay, it was summer 2023, I believe. uh I did like these super long streams and I got like maybe like 300 subs from those. At one point I got like a ton of views on my streams. I got like 50 concurrent viewers at one point. It was crazy. But I just kind of stopped streaming because I got burnt out. And also got burnt out of grinding the game. So because I just
Mm-hmm.
like play classic and like burst kind of like I like play like a little bit at a time, and then randomly I like grind a lot, and then I quit for a little bit, and then cycle repeats. So
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't keep that up with the streaming. But I'm sure if I kept it up, I would have a lot more subs right now. But I just I don't know. I just stopped doing
Mm-hmm.
it. After I got 1,000 subs, that was kind of just my goal, and I haven't really done YouTube as much. I do YouTube for fun. I find it really fun. Like for example, I posted like a funny moments montage a couple months ago. I just clip stuff, put it into a video, and call it a day. Or if something
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
happens, I'll upload it. Nothing serious. Never really did YouTube with a mindset of trying to get big,
Mm.
especially in this niche community. You can't really do
No,
that
exactly.
anymore. Back
It's
in
almost
2020,
impossible.
back in 2020, yeah, you could, but I was too young. But I feel like if I was myself right now and I like transferred myself back to 2020, I'd know what to do, and I probably could have gone pretty big, but too late now, obviously, because this community's dead.
I mean, you kind of get big in this little niche community. You're like one
Yeah.
of the top players, let's say, for
Yep.
relevancy.
All right.
Okay. Let's move on to the guild.
Oh boy.
I don't even know where to begin.
Okay, I'll start with how I made it. Okay, here's ultimate yapping session. So I in 2021, at late 2021, I started playing Classic some more, and I was like already Classic Godlike, but I realized, hey, Classic Lifetime's not that far away, and it's kind of silly of me, but as like my like 2022 like New Year's resolution, I guess I was like, you know what? I'll try to get Classic Lifetime before the end of the year. That's what I told myself, okay? Because I had like 14K Classic wins just by playing casually, and leaderboard was 36K. So I was like, okay, that's not that much, not that many wins, right? So I kind of stopped playing Bedwars, and my friend Dragonate, I'm sure you know who Dragonate is, he invited me to this guild called Wound. I'm sure you don't know this, but I actually was in Wound for maybe 2 days, and very late December 2019. And I was in there for 2 days, and I met Rice Man. His name was like Rice Cooker 3000 or something, I think, back then. So I met Rice Man in there, okay? And we all decided, me, Rice Man, and Dragonate, to leave Wound after like 2 days because I just didn't like it in there. They seemed really toxic. And I don't think this is a false memory, but anyway, I just thought Wound was really weird. So I just left. And then after that, we joined this guild called Shoot for the Stars. And we were there for like 1 day. And they actually got nuked like a month later. And then after that, Dragonate messaged Varaz or O Black on Discord, and he was like, "Hey, can we join Rebound?" And he was like, "Sure." Like all like the refugees from Wound and Shoot for the Stars, like the 7 or 8 of us classic mains, we all joined Rebound.
Refugees is wild, by the way. Calling
Yep,
them
because
refugees.
seriously, yeah, refugees. Okay, but so there's people I met, right? It was like these. I could probably find the group chat. We made a group chat. It was like me, Dragonate, Rice Man, this kid called I Like Cake. Trying to think who else. A couple others. We all had a group chat called like the Classic Duels Gang or something, right? And here, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, here it is. It was this guy called Demoku as well, and this other guy called Seven Heat. And we made this group chat, and we're like, "Hey, there's no Classicals Discord server, right?" That's what I said. I said, "There's no Classicals Discord server, right? We should make one." And I was like, "I'll make it." But then Riceman said, "No, I'll make it first." And he made the Classic Duels Discord server before me, and he posted the link in there. and the rest is history. So I was the one who had the idea to make this Discord, but Riceman is the one who actually created it. So yep, sucks for me, I guess. But I'm getting to the guild. Don't worry, it's just starting out. Okay. So we made the classicals Discord. Okay, and it absolutely blows up. It goes from 0 members to like 500 in like literally a month. It's crazy. The main thing is this guy called Linos joined, and Linos like was like probably the most known classic player at the time, I guess. And he like knew everybody, and he kind of just like invited people, and then their friends would invite, and they would invite other people, and it was just a chain reaction. They got super big. We had literally had every single person on Lifetime in there, maybe even all of like top 20 in there. It was like crazy active, and like Classical was just reborn. It was so active. It was crazy. We would VC in there always. We'd do like events. January 2022 was amazing, and I was grinding. I got like 10,000 monthly. I got like a 9,000 monthly when I first started grinding, and then it was just awesome. Okay, but so we were all in rebound at the time, right? And rebound was a very good guild. However, Yoshi was not good at maintaining his staff. Okay, he would give staff to literally anybody. Like they just like ask for it. They just give him staff, right? Which is not good because in rebound I had already gotten nuked like once or twice before then, right? And
Mhm.
also just I just feel like it was just kind of goofy in there. I feel like they didn't really know what they're doing in rebound. So my friend Mockery, who I met in the Classl's Discord, was like, "Hey, Jack, you should make a guild." Because like I was kind of, I guess you could say, like popular in rebound. I don't know, like because I was like always like VCing and stuff in the Classl's Discord, and like a lot of people in rebound would VC in the Classl's Discord. It's kind of like a new place, right? And they told me to make a guild because they just wanted to make a different guild to get away from rebound. I was like, sure. So I was in a VC with Hoodie. Guy called Red Hoodie on, this new classic player. Uh and we were just like searching around on Plank, like, looking for like a guild name, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna search up Rod. I just thought that was a cool name, Rod. I just saw that on the spot. And I searched it up, and someone had the guild called Rod, obviously, right? And I was like, okay, what if I try messaging him on Discord? His name was OP Dolphin, I believe. And I messaged him, and I was like, hey, can I have your guild? I'm serious, that's what I messaged
Oh wow.
him. And he was like, sure. So I'm serious. He was like, I'll change my guild name to OG Rod, or maybe it was Rod OG. I don't remember. I could find it probably. And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. So he changed his name, and right after he changed the guild name, I sniped it, and there it was. Rod was born on the 5 year not 5 year anniversary. Sorry, the 3 year anniversary of Rod was actually yesterday, and we actually just like played some like private games and stuff yesterday. But anyway, yep. So Rod was made February 15th, 2022. Okay, and the first member who joined was actually not Hoodie. It was this guy called. His name is really hard to say. I'm gonna do it to you. I say Zyfe. Some people say like Zix V. I don't even know, but he was like a classic player, and he joined, and then from there, just people started leaving Rebound, and just people started leaving Wound, or like the big thing about Rod is that we would recruit new gens, as you would people say. We would recruit new gens. So literally anybody from Classic Q that seemed like they're like decent at the game, or they had like a classic, even legend title, we'd invite them. And even though we had like a ton of people with like barely any wins, eventually those people would keep playing because they had a sense of community. So we started out super small, but eventually after like a couple of weeks, even yeah, about a couple of weeks or maybe even a month, we were like top 10. No, actually, I think it was like 1 week, and we were top 10 for duels wins already because Classic has like fast wins, obviously. So, and then just people from Rebound knew me, so they would join and they tell their friends, there's chain reaction. And before we knew it, bam, we were the number two duels guild behind Wound, I believe, and also maybe Wukong might have been like around our same duels wins. So yep, that was like prime Rod, I guess. Like it was super active. Like we literally had like 50 people on at one point. It was just awesome. Like I know Rod gets like bad reputation because it had like all like the new gens or whatever, like little kids. But I mean, you gotta start somewhere. All these
Mhm.
new players joined Rod, and everyone loved it. So that's how the Rod started out. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, so it's mainly community based. It's not like you were trying to like
Yes.
get only good people in. You just wanted a good
No.
community, an active
Uh,
classic community. Correct.
no. So we never cared about GXP or like how good you were. All it was is just like activity basically, especially at the beginning. Even if you had like barely any wins, we'd let you in. And slowly, when the guild started to fill up, we started we started to raise the requirements. Like at first, the requirements were like 2,000 wins to join ROD, and then slowly I raised it to like 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and eventually it was 10,000 wins was the the requirement at like maybe May, June 2022. That's when it like stopped at 10,000 wins. And yeah, what else do you want to ask about Rod?
Why the community aspect? You just like speaking to new people.
So, uh, I always thought, the Duels community is like really toxic and stuff. Like, so I was like, okay, we want a nice guild. So that's always been our thing. We've always wanted just having to have a nice guild, um, just a nice community, and also no bots. That was our big thing. No bots, no cheaters. If anyone was cheating, uh, I would like ask people to show me like proof they were cheating, and I would kick them. I don't care how many wins they have. Like maybe like I don't know, 6 months ago, some guy in our guild like started botting, and he had like 90K wins. I don't remember who, but I'd kicked them because I just do not tolerate people botting in here at all.
Hmm.
But the community aspect, yeah, I don't know. I just think that's like the most important thing. Like you're not gonna play duels if you don't like the community. So in a classic duels community, it's like a really small community and just a lot of nice people in here. So yeah,
Hmm.
kind of just their own like corner of the community.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think your guild is very unique, although it's a
yeah,
very normal thing to want.
and
The whole
then
friendly community stuff.
one thing about Rod is that the Classicals Discord you see super active right in like January, February, even March a little bit. But starting like yeah, I guess mid March, maybe April, the Rod Discord started to like take over, and people would only VC in there, and that's like when the Classicals Discord started to like have a downfall and everyone will be talking in ROD, okay? But then I think around May 2022 is when we made the decision to purge the ROD Discord and kick everyone that wasn't like in the guild or like we didn't know because the Discord was starting to become too like toxic and I didn't like it. So it used to have like maybe even like 400, 500 members maybe at one point, but we just me and Timothy and Hoodie we just purged them all and it went down to like maybe 150 people in raw discord.
Hmm.
um
Makes sense.
and also I was really really select on who I gave admin to in rod because I was really afraid of it getting nuked because of rebound. So only Hoodie had admin and cook perms at first, but then Timothy was like really helpful with like recruiting people. And also we would do something called what do we call it? I think Timothy called it like spring cleaning, I think. And that's when we had to like kick people from the guild. Like every single week, we would like me and Timothy would VC and we had to like find out who to kick. Because we had to invite new people, right? And we
Hmm.
had someone called 1C7. He was someone in Rod, and he was also someone who made like the Classicals verification bot. This guy, he made a script that shows everyone's wins in ROD, right? So what we
Hmm.
would do is that we would go to the bottom of the list and be like, okay, is this guy active? And we'd base it off of activity and how many wins they had. So let's say someone has like, 5,000 wins, okay? But they're really active, we won't kick them, okay? But if someone has 8,000 wins and they don't play, then we kick them. So that's basically what we would do. Um, and that worked perfectly.
If they're like top
So we
100 for wins, but they're
yeah,
inactive.
because like yeah, so on the Hypixel website, it only shows like top 100 for wins in your guild, but the script showed like the extra 25, which was what mattered most because those are people that low wins that we would need to kick. So that's
Hmm.
how we clean up the guild and like keep it fresh. Um,
Just mainly people with low wins who get like
yes,
kicked.
yes, and also if they botted, like for example, Dragonate started botting OP duels at one point, and I kicked them. He eventually stopped, and I invited him back. But oh yeah, it's back to the staff thing. Yeah, so only Hoodie had admin perms at first, but then Timothy like would really help out the guild and stuff and help me like invite people and like recruit people as we would say. We would recruit people like from the like from Classic Q or whatever. So he was really helpful. So I eventually gave him admin. There was a role behind that called helper. We don't have that right now, but it was called helper, which basically just had perms to invite people and mute people, and then yeah, I don't know. We had a couple helpers, and we what we would do is that we'd have helpers in different time zones. Like we'd have like a NA helper, like an EU helper, an Asian helper, and like a Australian Oceanic helper. I don't know, so to
Wow.
have all time zones so it's easier to invite people. I don't know. I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Um, but I was super strict on giving kick perms. I was super scared of that, and I would never have more than two admins for a good while. Eventually, I would give admin to iStar and Cosmic later on, and but actually right now, no one has kick perms except for me because I just don't want to deal with that. So nuke you can't nuke Rod unless you get my account. So yeah.
So what did the admins do?
The admins, what I just said, they, you know, kick people if like so. Let's say I was like at school or something. Timothy was EU, so he could kick someone if we needed to, or he would just search around, look for people to invite.
Hmm.
They would we would host events sometimes. Just help people out and the whatever they had questions or whatever. Just it's all overall just being nice to everyone. Uh, yep, basically.
Okay. You said nobody had kick perms apart from you. That's why I asked.
Yeah. Okay, well, no. Timothy and Hoodie did back then, but nowadays, like right now in present day, only I have kick terms.
Hmm. So pretty much the admin are
Because
just helpers, pretty much.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Anything else about your Discord?
About Rod. Oh, well, there's a lot about Rod, but I mean, it's the whole thing. I mean, I could talk about how Rod died. You want to talk about that?
Eh, let's speedrun this
Okay,
topic.
the downfall of Rod. Oh, there's a lot. Uh, let's think. Uh, So the first thing that started it was Timothy quitting. Timothy quit Rod, or sorry, he just quit Minecraft in general in June 2022, and he was like the everyone loved Timothy. Everyone loved him so much. After he quit, people started to stop playing, and also I would just was kind of like getting really I don't know about depressed, but I just wasn't feeling it. I was getting really annoyed about stuff, and like in the guild, people were being annoying and stuff. So I kind of took a break, and then I actually left the guild for a little bit. I just didn't want to deal with it. I just kind of like took a break from the community, and I gave the guild to possesses. And also the big thing that really killed Rod was kind of like a civil war, right? So possesses at the time was Helper, and also this other guy called Mystico Crazy was like Timothy's best friend, and also Spectral Tree. And basically Let's Go Crazy gifted me like a ton of ranks. Like he gifted me like I don't even know, like 300 days of plus plus, and he was like, promote me to helper or whatever, right? And I was like, okay, fine. I had to. Okay. So I gave him helper, which again didn't have kick terms. They just had like, they can invite people, okay? But the thing is, Possesses didn't like that Misco Crazy was on the staff team because Crazy is openly transphobic. He's also racist. So Possesses did not like that because she's trans, and there was like a basically a civil war, and people would like, divided. Some people liked Possesses, and some people liked Mystical Crazy, and that caused like a shit ton of people to leave at once. It was like Christia, Mystical Crazy, Spectral Tree, a lot of people at once, like maybe 15 people at once, all left Raw at the same time, right after Timothy quit. And then also I was just like feeling really down because there was just so much going on at once, and I just kind of quit for a while and gave the guild to Possesses, and that's when Rod basically fell apart.
Hmm.
But then later on in like 2023, summer 2023, this guy called Liam was like, "Hey, you should start up Rod again." And I was like, "You know what? Sure, I'll do it." And at first it was a friends guild, and I thought, there's no new gens in the community, right? There's no way we could get more people, but we did. And now Rod, it's not as popular as it was back then, but it's still a very good friends guild, I'd say, and just a good place to chill in. It's not, you know, we don't really care about those wins as much as we used to. I mean, we're really close to 5 million wins right now, but it's just because like inflation and basically everyone has more wins than they used to. Uh, so yeah, that's basically it, Rod. I could talk about more, but that's like the big
Yeah.
events, I suppose.
Oh my god, we've only talked about 3 questions and it's already 50 minutes long.
50?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hurry up.
Wow. This might be like the longest episode. How do you feel about running a 100 plus man guild compared to like, there are some like
So
guilds that are just friends
that's what
only
really
with like 10
stressed me
people?
out. Like, for example, when I was at school, I'd get like constant DMs on Discord. Can you invite me to Rod Guild? Or just like some other dumb shit. People would constantly befriending me and talking to me about Rod. Or just it was just really annoying. Uh, I mean, half of it was really great because you had a whole community, but also it got really annoying, especially since like uh, some of the kids in Rod are like really young, and they're really annoying. But some of them are also really great. I mean, it's it was good and also bad at the same time. But you know, I don't regret making Rod. I'm never gonna leave it now. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
So it's
basically
just
it.
spam, pretty much.
Yeah.
What do you think about like 10-man guilds where it's just friends only?
Um. I mean, that's fine, but personally, no, I would never join that because the thing about Rod is that it has like the entire classic community like in it. Like for example, we have all of the legit divines in Rod right now except for Matthew because he got beamed recently and Lovewish just got recruited to Wound recently, which is like annoying,
Mm-hmm.
uh but yeah, we have like a ton of classic Celestials and over. I feel like we have like 40 classic Celestials, I think. And then we also have like I think we have like 80 classic godlikes. And I remember at one point, literally like almost like half of the top 100 was in Rod. It was like crazy for
Wow.
classic. Yeah.
The takeover is crazy.
Yeah, just Rod's mainly a classic duels guild. I mean, so and at one point, actually very recently, we got all weekly. What was it all weekly? It was all uh monthly actually. I don't remember actually. I don't know. Anyway, we just got like the leaderboard to be all Rod a lot of the time. Like we got that for daily
Mm-hmm.
win streak. Yeah. Okay, it was monthly. Yeah, all monthly got Rod. So yeah.
Of course. Do you have any competition guild wise in the classic scene?
Classic? No.
Yeah.
No. If you play classic, you're in Rod basically. Or I mean, I guess you could be in Wound, but
That's what I
I mean,
mean. The takeover is crazy. Like actually gatekeeping guilds from existing. That's awesome. Okay, let's move on with the goals. When you first
goals for
started Rod,
duels.
no,
When I
your
first started
guild
Rod.
goal. Yeah.
Oh, guild goal.
And has it
Well,
changed?
I wanted to be number one duels wins, and we got super freaking close to number one duels. Wound had like maybe 50 to 100k more than us, right? And at the time, I just met ex Navi, and I tried so hard to get Navi to join Rod right before pass, like because we're so close to passing Wound, but he never did, and we never passed them. And then we stayed number two for a long time, and then Rod died, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that was really unfortunate, right? So that was always my goal, to get number one duels. But after I recreated Rod in summer 2023, um, in May 2024, we finally did it. It was May 30th, 2024. We finally passed Wound and we got number one duels. And we only had it for like maybe a week or something, but we did it. We finally did it, and I was like, wow, like yeah, all this, we did it. That was my ultimate goal. And I also I wanted to be like number one wins in the entire server because like for guild wins, right? Because the thing is duels gives you like really fast wins, right? So obviously like duels guilds are gonna be really close to having like the most wins in the entire server. But whenever
Mm-hmm.
we were number one duels, Bloodlust actually had like 100 or 200k more wins than us. I think it was only 100k. And we're super close to passing them, but we never did. So I guess next goal, if it ever happens, would be pass Bloodlust and be #1 wins on the entire server guild wise. I mean,
Yeah,
we're pretty
that
close
actually
right
would be
now, but
cool. What's the gap
I think Wound.
currently?
I'm not too sure. I think Wound has it. Let's see. Total wins. There's a way to check wins duels. I'll look for it. You can keep asking questions.
Okay.
I'm looking for it.
So, what's your current goal?
For guild,
Yeah, is it just
uh,
#1 overall in all of
number
Hypixel?
one, yeah, that, and then I want to have level 100 in Rod. I mean, we're gonna get it eventually. We're level 89 right now, so we're gonna get it eventually. But
What's special about level 100? Apart from 3 digits?
that's basically it. 3-digit.
Wow, fantastic.
Um, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Rod's not as active as it used to be, but it's still cool just like seeing, old faces log on, like, hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
And it gives like new players a reason to play the game. Like for example, this kid called Penguin. It's like really new kid. Uh he's classic Divine 3 now. And a big part of it was because of Rod Guild, I'd say. Because, he has people to talk to and stuff. So it basically makes the game alive, I'd say. Like
I mean, what
without
makes Classic
Rod,
alive?
yeah, without Rod, Classic wouldn't have a community. So I think as long as Rod exists, then Classic will always, be somewhat alive.
Of course. Pretty much your guild is like the only thing keeping the game mode alive.
Yep.
I wonder if there's like any other guild that is similar.
To Classic or to like Rod, I mean. Uh,
Uh-huh. Jules wise. That's like keeping the entire com alive. The tiny little com.
Maybe Parkour Duels. I think there's a Parkour Duels guild, and also
Huh.
air. Oh, Bow Duels. Bow Duels has airplanes. That's for sure.
Is it selective?
Yes, they only invite certain people to airplanes. It's
Yeah, I
very.
know. I just don't know if it's like actually active or just dead, like everyone else.
Don't know for sure. I don't really know anything about airplanes, but
Okay.
I know some people do play Bodas a little bit. So Classic, yes, it's definitely harder for sure. You have to sweat a little bit more. I mean, I can definitely still get like win streaks like I used to. Like I got that like 1300 win streak, that was 4 months ago. But I do have to try a lot harder. And there's no dodging, which I don't know. I feel like no dodging doesn't really change classic that much at all. Um, what else? Grinding wise, yeah. So Navi got his like 3,561 daily. I don't know how long ago it was, like maybe half a year ago or something. So grinding wise, you can still grind and you can still get a lot of wins. You have to try a little bit harder. For me,
Mm-hmm.
it is not too much of a difference, but for new players, I'm sure it's way harder for them. So
Oh
that's a
yeah.
bad thing.
Skill gap went up.
And also sometimes, like especially at night, like you just keep queuing Rod members. Like,
Oh wow.
like let's say there's like 30 people in queue. You might like queue like there might be like 5 Rod members in queue, and you just keep queuing them over and over. It's kind of crazy. That's happened a
Yeah.
couple of times.
That's
To
what I
get
mean.
unlucky.
Your guild just took over Classic.
Uh, and also B hoppers. I mean, I feel like B hoppers stay the same. Like, there's always been B hoppers. It's not more or less. It's just kind of just there.
Mm-hmm.
During that 1300 win streak, for some reason, the B hoppers just vanished. I don't know what happened. They went on the vacation, but it just didn't show up. I don't know.
I mean, that is like every win streak ever. You just need to be lucky in that
Yeah.
little session. Essential strategies for Classic. Like, what do you always do when you play?
Okay. Well, the main thing I do is just rod tricking. You just rod them and you just hit them basically. Like, okay, you rod them and then you crit them. That's the main thing. I mean, I don't know. It's not much to really talk about. You just kind of strafe around, rod trick them, and bow them when they're low. Pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. What about people who like S hold or run away?
If they S hold, I just do like a weird pattern of A and D and jumping. Whenever they miss a rod, I jump and I just like spam A and D, and then I hit my rods, and my goal is to get them into the corner. and that's how I counter S-holders. And for S-holding myself, it's really easy. You just go like in a circular pattern around the map and S-hold them. It doesn't really get hard until the border starts getting really close. And then, if you're bad at it, then we'll too bad for you. But you just gotta hit your rods. That's about it.
What about cheaters?
Cheaters, rod tricking. Let's say they're using like velo, right? All you do is just rod trick them, and basically what that does is that the velo guy hits you, but you also hit them, and you do double the damage. So you just go for rod tricks. You just bow them. Pretty simple. If they're using B hop, then you can bow them and then go to the corner and rod trick them, and then trade, and you'll win like half the time, depending on how like bad their settings are. If they're using auto block, it's really hard to beat them. You need to get really lucky, but if they're not using auto block, it's decently easy to beat B hoppers, especially if you know they're B hopping beforehand.
What about reach?
I haven't really noticed reach recently. It's kind of hard to tell, honestly, but
Like
it
from
can be
back in the day?
annoying. Back in the day, they're using reach. Yeah, again, rod tricking is just the main thing to counter it. I mean, you just gotta try to outplay them. You just gotta hit your. Usually, if they're using reach, they're typically pretty bad at the game, so they're always bad at the bow as well. There's abuse that. If you get the thing is about bowing is that okay. Another thing you can do is that you make them bow you, and then you S hold. So you have 5 arrows while they have none. So then you just use all your arrows and then raw trick them and then trade and then you win. So simple as that.
What about flint and steel before it was removed?
I didn't really use Flint Steel that much, but I mean, I'm happy it's gone. It slowed down 1 per hour.
Yeah, we can
And
mention that later.
against cheaters, I'm sure that would help, but I never really tried to go for win streaks back then. But I know Varaz abused it very hard to get his 1,567 win streak. And
So
Varaz
it's
was
just
also
crits, pretty much.
yeah, Varaz inspired me to get good at Classic. I really liked him.
So what do you do while grinding classic?
So most of the time I just listen to music, like pop and rock music or like lo-fi music. But if I'm not doing that, I am in a call with a friend or I am watching shows. I
Give
don't really watch that many shows. It just kind of depends. Or I watch movies. Like it kind of depends. Like, if I'm doing like a big grind, I usually like listen to music for a while, and once I get bored, then I'll watch a movie or something. It kind of depends on my mood.
Do you have 2 monitors?
Okay, that's the thing. I think I might be the only person in overall lifetime that only has one monitor.
Wow.
So what I do is that I do this thing called picture in picture. I just press F11 and then just like put the picture in the bottom right of the screen. It really doesn't like affect much at all. I mean, I can literally look at my game easier while watching it. So I just have like the screen in the bottom right, and yeah, works fine for me. I know
So
if
it's
I tell
mainly
people that,
music.
yeah, if I tell people I only have one monitor, they're like, "What?" I'm like, I can just use picture in picture. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Sometimes if I cue a fucking sweaty Nick, then yeah, I have to like turn off the show or whatever and like like
Okay.
lock in. But you do have to try really hard sometimes. Sumo is just like, whatever. The games are really fast. But classic, if they're S holding, what I would do is either I DC, but if like I'm on a win streak, I have to like actually focus because if they're S holding, they're wasting my time. So I have to focus to try to kill them fast.
Mhm.
And also when I'm like watching shows and stuff, I can just like sometimes just get like 100 like a 200 win streak casually. It just happens. I don't know. It just happens. I
Mhm.
feel like when I'm watching shows, sometimes it like I'm like subconsciously playing classic while watching shows, and it like helps me sometimes. I don't know.
Wow.
Because when I'm watching music and like trying really hard, sometimes it like triggers me if they're playing annoying and play too aggro. That's
Mhm.
another thing. I used to be like really passive in classic, but starting like 2023, I started like getting on like the UHC grind or whatever. I started getting good at UHC and slash dueling people. And I started holding W way more in classic. So I hold W a lot, but I also know how to play passive because of my old how I would used to play. So I'm like a good mixture, I think. So
Let's move on to CPS and ping and how it matters in classic.
okay, so for example, my 2300 win streak, I normal clicked for the entire thing. So what does that say something? I actually like to change my clicking method a lot because I get bored of it. Like, against especially against like high ping players, I feel like butterfly clicking can be good because it helps you trade against them. Like, but also the best clicking method in my opinion is jitter clicking. The only thing about jitter clicking is that you can get tired of it. So if my hands get tired, I switch to either normal clicking or butterfly clicking. But just I really feel like all the clicking methods are pretty similarly pretty equal. I know. I mean, butterfly clicking. The thing is about that is that my aim isn't that good with it, so that's why I prefer using normal click or jittering. But when I get bored, I just like butterfly sometimes. They're all good, okay? But for ping, for wind streaking, I think low ping is a giant advantage because it's way easier to S hold with low ping, and everything just moves faster when you're low ping. So that's better. But the main win streak killer is high ping players. So you have to pay attention. That's how you lose. If someone has really high ping, they can catch you off guard and you just die.
Or
So
they catch you off guard.
yeah, because they don't move.
So just the delayed KB, pretty much.
Yeah, you have to play a certain way against them. You have to play more passive against them.
So what can you do with like delayed KB in Classic? Can you just hold W pretty much?
If you have the delayed KB,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, just hold W, and if you rod really fast and just like hit them, then yeah, I mean, the only downside of high ping really is that your rods are slightly worse and your bowing's gonna be worse. But if you can just train to have good rods with high ping, then you're kind of crazy. Like for example, Divzer has like the sweet spot. He has like 90, 100 ping, which he has good rods still. He also has that laggy KB. So that's why, in my opinion, Divzer is the best Clash Duels player. I mean, he doesn't really play as much anymore, but um, I actually did a first to five from him pretty recently when he's washed and he beat me 5-4. So
Wow.
he's still the best, I'd say. Um, yeah, I have, by the way, I have like 40, 50 ping. So nothing really special about it. It's not super low. It's not high. It's just in the
Medium
middle.
for any.
Yeah,
How important is CPS in Classic?
it's not important at all. It really isn't. The only time it's important is trading. Like, okay, so let's say that you have a health lead. You can just trade with them. And if you have high ping, you have a higher chance of getting that double hit, like in Sumo, for example. So that's the only time CPS can be important. But at the same time, high CPS is bad for win streaking because if you have high CPS, you trade with them more, and if you trade with them more, higher chance of you losing a trade and dying. So that's why normal clicking is way better for win streaking, in my opinion. But like for sweating and when getting those like good double hits and stuff, then higher CPS is better for like sweating
Mm-hmm.
into really good people, but for the most part against like nons and when streaking, normal clicking is better for consistency. So consistency, normal clicking because better aim and less trading and dying, but for sweating, then higher CPS is better.
Yep. Okay, makes sense. Do you always normal click?
Do I always do it? No, I said earlier like I change my clicking method just depending on how my mood. Honestly, it really just depends. Also, again, sometimes I switch clicking methods depending on the situation. Like, let's say I have a health lead and I want to trade with them, then I would sometimes I click faster to trade, force a trade.
Mm-hmm. Sounds pretty ADHD, like constantly switching your playstyle.
Not not constantly. uh, I mean, it really just depends on my mood. I guess. I
Exactly.
don't know.
Sounds random.
Yeah, but I I think my earlier wins I mostly would normal click, but maybe from like later on I start jitter clicking more. And then butterfly is
Mm.
more like when I'm just bored. So yeah.
Okay,
Nowadays
so
I
it's
jitter
mainly
click.
jitter and normal, or
Yes.
jitter. Okay.
Yeah, jitter mostly for when streaking normal click. Yeah.
Yeah. So I already mentioned you mainly do just do rod crits, but what's your playstyle if you have any? I think you
Um
said you play more aggro too
yeah, I just hold
nowadays.
W and then just like strafe a little bit and then just like they miss a rod, you hit a rod, you crit them, and then you can also just like strafe and then timer block hits. I do that a lot. Just strafe, timer block hits. I mean, I don't know. And then I also like bowing a lot. I fake bow. I like pretend to bow and then I jump away and then bow them. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of play.
But against like new people who are bad, you just rush. You don't do like the fake bow stuff, right?
Yeah, I just rush.
Okay.
But if they're sweaty, I'll play like weird and I'll like fake bow and I'll like do this like crazy dodging thing, just like going back and forth trying to dodge their arrows.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll like pretend like let's say I'm like low, I'll pretend to run away and I'll like turn around and raw trick them. That always catches them off guard.
That's like a Hunger Games strategy, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
It's such an OG fucking strat. Okay. Do you do any warm up?
On win streaks, yeah, I usually would if I'm on a win streak, I'd slash duel someone for a little bit, but typically no, I don't really like warm up for Q. I just kind of play. It's easy. So
Mm-hmm. How many
sometimes I
duels
would
do you
duel
do?
someone in rod. Like wait, what?
How many slash duels do you do if you're on a win streak?
Maybe like I don't know, 5 to 10. I don't know, not that many.
Oh, so
It
it's not
just
even serious.
no, not really. It's just warming up my hands basically.
Okay, we can move on to cheating. So, how consistent is cheating slash botting in Classic?
Okay, so I'll talk about botting. So bots started to well, bots were first introduced in late 2021, but there's only a couple of those. But they really started to pick up basically right when I hit lifetime. So April to May 2022 is when the bots got introduced, and they basically ruled Classic for like 2 years from 2022 to like 2023. They ruled Classic, and they would rarely get banned. They at one time and they actually did all get banned, but then they just got unbanned and they got back on Lifetime. At one point, I believe Lifetime had 6 bots. I think it peaked at 6 bots, and Solar Baron was number 2 for wins. And I used you know how I talked about the guy earlier called Zyph, the first person to join
Yeah.
my guild? Yeah, he got beamed. He had 50,000 wins and he got beamed by Solar Baron. And then he bought it off of his account. So the only reason why Solar Baron has so many wins is because of Zyph. The bot started off with 50K. So that's why he didn't get banned earlier. It's crazy. Uh
Yeah.
but then in 2024 or late 2023, the admins finally woke up and they started banning bots. And it's been pretty consistent now. Like bots can't really get that many wins about them getting banned. Like you can probably get like 5,000 wins, maybe a little bit more. It kind of depends on how smart they are botting. Uh, but for the most part, they get banned. And actually, we have it. I think I don't know how long ago, maybe half a year ago, maybe maximum like a year ago, they added a report for botting. Because before then, you just had a report for cheating and just hope they get banned. But now they actually have a report for botting. And what we would do is that we have a Discord channel and my Discord server, and we just put the names of the bots, and people log on and report them. And if you mass report the bots, they almost always get banned, from my experience. So
Hmm,
Rod is just kind of like
interesting.
an anti-bot guild. Yeah, we kind of stop them. Yep. So
I feel like it's already too late though. Like so
it
many
is too
bots have
late.
like
The
6-digit
inflation is
wins. Yeah.
the inflation is insane. Uh, yeah, but you know, it is what it is.
And what about cheating in Classic?
I mean, some people would cheat, but it's just like whatever. You lose to a cheater next game. It's just whatever. Is there more cheaters nowadays? I think it's about the same, honestly. There's less closet cheaters, but there's more, or actually not more. It's about the same amount of blatant people, but there's a bit less closet cheaters because I think a lot of like the ultra sweats quit the game. Like all the people who sweated and closeted, they don't play anymore. A lot of them, so don't really gotta worry about them.
So it's just blatant people left
Mm-hmm. People
and
who just be
robots.
out for fun, basically. People don't really snipe. People just kind of be out for fun.
It's because the com is dead, right?
It's pretty dead, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's move to the funny topic. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure I baited like 20 people into clicking
But
the
I
win
probably already
streak.
know.
The win streak.
Okay, what about it?
I don't even know where to begin. So obviously you
Um,
have 2 4-digit win streaks. Do you want to like quickly speedrun
I
on
actually
how
have
you
three.
got them?
Okay, let me tell you my
Okay.
first one. So my first one, when was it? It was it was like very late summer 2022, I think. I got a 1,100 win streak, and I always really wanted 1,000 win streak, right? Okay, actually, let me go back a little bit. So the first big win streak I got was a 740 daily win streak, right? Obviously with Lilith. And I played from like, I don't even know, like late at night to like 4 in the morning. And I got this like crazy win streak. And I got b-hopped on, and I've yet to replicate that. I cannot get a daily get a daily win streak higher than that, right? So I was like in distraught, right? But literally like a couple weeks later, I got 1,000 win streak. I what I did, I just did like what was it? I actually have a recording of the first 1,000 win streak I got. I could find it. Um, I recorded from 500 to 1,000. I can find it. But that was my first one, and I lost it at 1,100 to some non. I don't know. He got some weird double hit on me, and I died. Okay, so I thought, okay, I'm never gonna pass that 1,100 win streak. There's no way, right? I skipped to, when was it? September 2022. I was playing Classic normally, right? I get like a 500 win streak or whatever. That's when I start trying. Uh, and also, people don't really know this, but I was actually basically always in a VC of someone during that entire 2,300 win streak. So starting at like, I don't know, maybe 200, I was VCing of someone called Yaye, right? I'll DM his name. Yaye, at the time he was my friend, and I didn't know he cheated. I didn't know that, but later on I discovered he was a cheater, and he started botting later on. Whatever, and okay. But anyway, I would VC of Yaye, and I would screen share all my games to him. And like I would just do like, I don't know, 200 a day, pretty casual, okay? And eventually I got up to 800, and that's when I was like, okay, holy shit, this is like kind of crazy. So I started VCing with iStar, and I would just dodge like really hard. Like I was dodging like, I don't know, just basically 2+ win loss. And also I would dodge based off of their level. So if they were under level 25, I would dodge. If they had like very low wins, I would dodge. If they had a sus name, I would dodge. Um, basically all that. If they had, I think it was a 0.7 hit miss ratio, I would dodge. Because that means they're probably b hopping.
Mm-hmm.
I just got lucky basically. I didn't really queue any b hoppers. Okay, so what I would do is I would do 200 a day for weeks. It was either 100 a day or 200 a day, around there for weeks, and eventually I got up to 1,600, I believe it was, or maybe 1,700, and I got lifetime. Okay, and I knew right when I get lifetime, people were gonna want to gun me down, right? So what I did is I created a Discord channel thing with iStar, Cosmic, and a couple other friends. And basically, what they would do is that they would scout for me, right? Because at this point, I knew if I queue, I'm gonna lose. I wanted to keep
Mm-hmm.
my win streak. So what we would do is that this is where the win streak gets not as legit. It's still legit, but it's like close to being. It's why people like it's controversy, right? So basically, they would scout queues, and they would tell me like if there's like a bee hopper or whatever, right?
Yep.
And they would also have they had my projectile trail on, my jack lantern trail, and they'd be nicked, okay? So they would queue and just look for bee hoppers, okay? And they would also tell me who's safe. So if there's someone who was safe, they queued someone that wasn't cheating, they put it on a list, okay? And it was really scuffed. But I'd look at my phone, and I'd look at my phone and glance at it really quick and be like, okay, is this guy on the list? If he's not on the list, I leave. So I only queued people that my friends said were fine, right? That's what I did, okay?
And you mentioned this in your
Which
video about the win streak.
yes, I did. I'm just gonna talking about it again. Uh, And then also the thing that people really talk about is boosting, is I queued bots, right? So people said, "Oh, you just boosted against bots." I got, if you could literally just look at it. I showed all the replays. I got like, so I don't know why, just randomly out of nowhere, just a ton of bots appeared. Like just a lot of bots. Like Classic was really dead at the time. There was like only like 30 people in the queue, maybe 25 people in queue, and I was playing at night mostly. I always put at night, and I just queue a lot of bots. I think I got like probably 300 wins off of bots, roughly. And you can call it boosting if you want, but like I I couldn't do anything else. If I was just queuing normally without dodging, I would have also queued them. So
Mm-hmm.
like whatever.
That's why I also
So
got my
actually,
1K win streak. I got a
Yeah, I
few wins
queued a
from
lot of
bots.
bots. I still would have easily I would have gone 2,000 win streak. I would have at least gone like okay, before I got a lifetime leaderboard, I really didn't queue many bots at all. Like maybe like if I had to guess, for like 50 bots I queued before lifetime leaderboard. But once I got lifetime leaderboard, I started queuing a lot of bots. So yeah, I queued a lot of those. And people said that you put the bots in there to boost off of them. No, I did not do that. Just random bots that appeared. I mean, there was a ton of bots back then that just wouldn't get banned. Um, what else? You're gonna ask about me cheating? No, I didn't cheat.
I
I
was gonna say that.
just S-told and I just played safe basically. I got a lot of close counters. One thing, sorry, and close encounters. One thing that is weird is that you could ask, okay, why didn't you start recording earlier? So the thing is, I was screen sharing like everything, and like it lagged my game if I record with OBS and also screen share. But once I got Classic Lifetime, that's when I started recording because I was like, okay, finally start doing it. Um, I should have started earlier, but I like basically procrastinated doing it because I didn't want to lag my game. But I was like, okay, I'll just do it now. I should have recorded earlier. It's like big regret, but whatever. Can't do change it now. Um,
Hmm, that's funny. You're like the opposite of me. When I hit my 1K win streak in sumo, I was like trying to like gatekeep it, tell nobody that I was like streaking casually.
no, I didn't tell anyone about it either. Like from 0 to 1,700, I literally told nobody about my win streak except for Yaye, iStar, and like that's basically it. But once I got Classic Lifetime, that's when like everyone started talking about it and stuff. So that's when I started getting my friends to start scout when they started to scout the queues for me
Mhm.
and stuff.
Still love the OBS stuff. Like you regret not
Yeah,
recording earlier. I just
yeah, I
never
should have
wanted to
recorded
record.
earlier. I
I
just
want to
didn't want
like
to. Yeah,
I want to like pretty much like peak performance in the queue, not a single like
yeah,
lag or anything.
yeah.
It's not that
Yep.
complex.
People,
You just had your friends scout the queues for you.
it
Tell you
really
who's
isn't.
safe.
People just even the main guy who said I boosted Sedge, he literally has gone out and said no, I don't think he boosted. He has said that he just started it all just for retention and propaganda. So all
Propaganda.
of yeah, it literally is all just all one like
Okay.
joke that Sedge started. Um, that
Propaganda.
yeah, it's propaganda that I boosted.
And
I
handpicks for
I queued
Jules.
my I queued my friends like 10 times like on their alts like about 10 times, and then I queued like probably like 300 bots or whatever. So you can say okay, he just got classic lifetime or whatever, and like he got like 1,700 about like or was like I don't know. But the thing is, if I didn't do that strat, I would have gotten sniped 100%. So
Of
their main
course.
argument is that like he's not getting sniped by us. That means he's boosting.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just outsmarting them. So
That's literally one to one to me.
and what I was doing was not against the rules. So
Yeah.
and people also said, okay, he threw his win streak. He didn't want to get banned. I threw my win streak because I didn't want to deal with it anymore. It was so much pressure, and also there's nothing else to do. I already got 2,300, which 23 is my favorite number. That's why I threw it there. And also the gap was 2,000. It's exactly a 2,000 gap from 2,300 to 4,300. So I was like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna get 3,000. I'm sure something bad's gonna happen by then. So I might as well just throw it now. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Hmm.
So that's why I threw it. And I also didn't want one of the snipers to get the satisfaction of them sniping
Yeah.
me. So, because what they could have done is that they could have pretended to be bad at the game while keying one of my friends, and then they would be hop. But what kind of counter that is my friends would usually nick and also use my projectile trail. So it's like they don't know if it's me or not. So, but I'm sure they could have eventually gotten me. They would have gotten me, or my internet would have cut. My internet definitely would have cut out eventually, or just me just messing up because of human error. So
Yeah.
it
I mean,
would
you
have
shouldn't
died
care too
eventually.
much. You shouldn't care too much about the
Yeah,
normies of this com.
yeah, I like zone out as well. Like that's how I lost my 13 to 81. I just zoned out. Like classic is super easy to drop, so I just zoned out a little bit. Like, I had like an 8 heart lead and I just threw it. So that would have happened eventually, and I would have lost my win streak at like a really ugly number probably. Like I could have lost at like fucking third. I could have lost at like 2,351 or whatever. It would have been terrible. So I just
Yeah.
was like, I'm just gonna stop it now.
I also kind of like stopped hand dodging after I hit 1K. I just wanted 4 digits. And I was like, fine. Whatever
Yeah,
happens,
and then
happens.
like What was I gonna say? Yeah, people even to this not recently, but pretty recently, people still in the lobby, they're like, Jack Lantern booster, whatever. Like, it's just like a running joke at this point, I guess. I don't know. But no, I didn't boost. They're just salty that it didn't sign me, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly. And it's insane how there's so many correlations, I guess, between us two. Win
Yeah,
streaks, wins, all that stuff. And yeah, I
they
also
just
dodged many snipers. And they were like, "Oh, you were
they just can't
boosting because
accept
you."
the fact that I'm
Yeah,
actually good at the game. Like I've played Classic for like over 1,000 hours, like well over that actually. So I'm kind of destined to eventually get a big win streak, and I
yeah,
understand that in Sumo as
exactly.
well. You're kind of destined to eventually get lucky and just get it.
Hmm.
So
And obviously,
yeah,
you know the game very well.
yeah, I know how to deal with people and beat them with ass holding and stuff. So I just played really lame. Basically, I S-hold a ton, but
That's fine.
yep,
You're on a win streak.
yep.
I feel like your undodged win streak is like, I don't even know, the craziest thing
What?
ever.
The 1381? Yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I'm surprised too. I was literally getting close to classic lifetime without dodging. But the thing is, literally ex Navi very recently, he also got an 1800 and an OP. The thing is, there's just less sweats now. Like the community is like really dead, so uh, I don't know. There's just less people to worry about, so it's easier to win streak. I feel like. Like I
Still
know you
though,
think no dodging, it seems like it's way harder, but
yeah.
also more dead, so it's easier. So that's why.
Still though, 1,000 plus.
No dodge. Yep. I mean, I queued a lot of sweats. If you watch the video, I queued a lot of sweats. I just outplayed him. But one person that should have killed my win streak is Mutton. Mutton 38. He spared me. I was gonna die. Like the border was right on me, and I was super low, but he let me win. 'Cause I also played every single game unnicked.
Hmm.
Uh, so people knew I was on that win streak, but people it was just Mutton basically who spared me. So
Yeah. What was the outcome after your funny little 2,000 plus win streak,
the
community
outcome,
wise? Yeah. Like, how hard did you get
he-
spammed, call the booster, or whatever?
extremely hard for like 2 years.
2 years.
uh,
Okay. I'm gonna have to beat that.
yep. Yeah, people just like harass me about it constantly. But the thing is, I went to like lunar settings and put like a notepad thing where you can block words, and I blocked the word boost, so that helped a
Wow.
lot. So anyone that puts the word boost in their sentence, it's not there on my screen. So too bad for them.
I've always used it to like, I already told you this in DMs before. I use it to like do pest control on people. If you hack me, then you're shit, which means I shouldn't waste my time speaking to you. But you just block it fully.
Yep.
Oh, 2 years is wild. I
Yep.
have to beat
People
that.
really obsessed over it.
It's okay. Once I'm back, I'm gonna spam it. Continue the rage baiting. Let's move on to goals for you personally, for Duels slash Classic slash
uh,
Minecraft in general.
I mean, I'll probably get Classic Ascended X eventually. I just play every now and then. I'll get there eventually. Right now I'm at Ascended 6, so not that far away. I'm really close to 200,000 duels wins, and then I plan on making like a really big montage for that. Uh, After that, I don't really know. I'll just try to maintain over a lifetime, but probably won't maintain it for that long because of you, because you're gonna get unbanned and knocking me off basically. But uh, yeah, I don't know. Let's play a little bit.
Mm,
I did go on a little arc where I played a lot of different duels game. It was like I have all the colors now, and I have no debuff master, so I have 1,000 wins in every game now because there's no debuff master. So yeah, I get bored classic, so I do other stuff. With goals in Minecraft. Yeah, I got 1,000 stars on Bedwars finally, and I've been at 1,000 stars for like months. Like I completely quit Bedwars now on my main account. I'll play with friends on my alts, but I'm never gonna play Bedwars ever again on my main. I just don't want to mess up the clean 1,000 because
yeah.
after 1,000 is shitty
Yeah, it goes back
prestiges
to like
and
silver at stone.
it's ass. Yeah.
Yep. Best place to quit.
Yep.
So you just want Axe and Classic, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way I'm gonna pass Spectral Tree, so
Hmm. How
I
long
just
do you
kind of
plan
play
on
for
playing?
fun.
How long do you plan on playing
Oh,
Classic or Duels or Minecraft?
uh, I mean, I'm still pretty young. I'm 17 right now, but once I get into college, I'm definitely gonna not play as much. So I'll probably, I don't know, still gonna play on and off, or I still really like the game, but I'm gonna start. I've been playing less and less, so
Hmm.
especially since the game's like dying. But I'll definitely play a lot more when the Duels update comes out for a bit. I'm sure I'll get bored and I'll get busy with life, and then yeah, I'll probably
Yeah,
stop.
the normal cycle, I
Yep.
guess, of gaming. You just grow out of
Yeah.
it. Well, last question. I think you already mentioned a few things, but what would you change about Classic Duels? This could literally be anything.
uh, here's what classic duels. Um, classic duels is good. I mean,
Do you
I
think it's
mean,
perfect?
they can add some more maps, but like the game itself, the items is fine. I think. Mm, I know people have complained about the KB, like it's not as easy to combo people now. Maybe they could tweak the KB a little bit. I do agree it is kind of hard to combo people, but perhaps that.
So just only
Uh,
KBN maps.
yeah, maybe it's a little bit more knockback. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I love the Hypixel rods. Like they're just perfect. I just love
Okay.
bowing. It's just great. But change for classic. I mean, if you count classic 2v2, obviously I want that. I'm
Oh yeah,
really gonna grind that.
of course. So pretty much it's perfect. There's no need to change anything.
Yeah, it's okay. I guess for S holding, I'm trying to think. I don't really think it ruins the game that much. Like the thing is, you can just leave the game if they're S holding. Like you can just do that. That's what Spectral Tree does a lot of time. So it's really not that big of a deal. People get really
Hmm.
mad at that. It's also kind of a skill issue because if you're getting S hold on, typically you can just counter the S holding. Uh, so it's not really that bad.
Hmm.
Yep, I don't really have much to say about Classic. It's just a good game.
What do you enjoy about Classic? Is it the speed?
Murdering them. No, I don't know. I really like the just raw PvP. It's just super fun. It's really satisfying. Just comboing them and stuff. Bowen is really fun. It's just great. I mean, before you kill them and you're in the next game, it's just really fast. You know, you can get like 151 per hour if you're good. Uh, and you don't really have to try that much. Occasionally, you do have to lock in, and it gets kind of annoying if they're trying really hard. But for the most part, yep, it's good.
So it's because it's pretty much like UHC but quicker.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. Unless you want to
Wait,
quickly
how
say
long have
something.
you been talking?
1 hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, you thought it'd be like your longest, but it's not, right?
Oh yeah, because of the first few questions. You went into like crazy detail on the guild, the
Yeah.
YouTube. Well, goodbye, friends.